like your blunt tips. I like your blunt tips.
What's blunt
Did you cut
tips?
them yourself? Like
Oh,
for your
blunt.
hair?
Sorry. No,
Yeah.
that's why I said something. I don't even like. So I just put it at the back.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
You can give me if you don't like it, for real. Because I love
Okay.
this shit. Like, I like it too. Why don't you like it? It's very like trendy
Like
now. Like this
like
is one of
this,
those.
like
I
this month.
swear,
This
yeah,
month.
yeah. Yeah, the blunt tips, yeah.
Are you serious?
It's trendy now. If you go on Pinterest, I feel like you see more of these styles, or maybe it has passed. Maybe it don't really pass. I don't know, but I see more
Maybe.
of this on Pinterest. Perhaps it's just me looking for it too. So I don't know.
Ah, now my earring does not just blend with this thing. Does not really stand out or whatever.
Yeah, it's even more standing out on this one than before because I didn't even notice it before. Let's start the real thing, but okay. I'm going to start with an apology, by the way. If you see me, if you see my eyes going from camera to below camera, it's because I can see Elsie's face like on my lap, not actually in the camera. And I'm used to just looking at her while I'm talking. So it's a bit weird for me to, you know, yeah. But yeah, hi Elsie. How are you doing? Hello.
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Remember to always look at the camera at least once in a while.
Ah, it's not easy. I need then there has to be a way around this. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
I think
But
it's
yeah,
just
we'll
like you
figure it
said.
out.
It's like you said, it's the positioning. Like when you start
Yeah.
using maybe less time to do it more. Do it better. Or do you want to? Are you feeling very uncomfortable? You want to do it
No,
now?
no, no. Not super uncomfortable. It's
Yeah.
just take some getting used to. Next time around, I'll put my table in front.
Yeah.
We don't have studio, that's why.
Who does?
We don't. Anyway, for people who are joining us today, we are doing another video episode. Elsie and I wanted to do an app tear down based on one of the apps we discussed last time we recorded. What happened again, Elsie? Why couldn't we do the app tear down?
So I tried to Google it and I found out that it's not like an app itself. It's like a generic name for some specific type of like website or app, something like that. It's not like there's an app called that from what I saw.
Oh, so
So
like,
yeah.
how do we even, what kind of example can we use? Because I still don't even understand it.
So no, it said one click apply. So it's just
Yeah.
like when you're on easy apply in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
does kind of like one click apply from what I saw. And then I tried to do like swipe apply or whatever, swipe style jobs. And same thing. I could not really see anything called one click apply. But I was seeing some that didn't really take off. The ones that some of the ones I was seeing they're already like they've stopped. They're no longer
They're not
existing
even
basically.
in.
Because it didn't really, I think some people liked it, some people didn't like it because it basically from the one I saw the concept is you
Yeah.
click to apply, right? Then
Yeah.
the AI automatically applies for you.
For you.
So that's what it's supposed to be. But obviously maybe it didn't work or something like that.
The
I just
framing
didn't
of
see it.
that news, though, it sounded like the two Nigerians launched an app that allows you to apply for jobs the way you apply for people on Tinder.
Maybe it's not available
Like
here though. Never maybe that's the thing.
they
But
did, they put UK in the thing.
I tried googling the no me or them.
No, not you, not you. The launch, the social media like announcement that these two people have launched something.
I tried googling it and I could not. If you can send me the article, maybe I will read and see what's going on. But I tried googling the name you sent to me. Nothing like
Yeah,
that came up. Which is, you
imagine.
understand? I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll still look into it and see if it's something if it's there's
If
a
it
mix up
exists,
somewhere, and if you can still like yeah. That's why I sent you that
yeah.
message asking you to search for it on Apple
Apple
Store.
Store, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
May
it's
I didn't
there.
see it
But
off.
again, But again, I feel like if you Google it and it's available, it should come on Google,
Yeah.
even though it's not available on Android or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Even a landing page or something.
Some
I don't
yeah,
think
so
I
maybe
saw.
maybe you got the name mixed up. I don't know.
Mixed up. Okay. Yeah, but we'll keep it in our parking lots and we'll try and do that again because I think it's a good idea to,
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
really like them.
especially because they're Nigerians.
Yeah, and if you can just send me the Twitter whatever, maybe I saw it. I don't know if you
Yeah,
still have it.
social
Then we
media.
can take it from there. I really like go through it and all that. Yeah.
Okay, because of that, we aren't able to do an audio first episode. Yes, let's put it that way. So we're focused on the usual narrative episode that we normally do where we're just talking about or around some subjects. There's no app. We're not demoing any app. We're not giving any visual reference to anything. So it's fine.
Yeah.
So shall we enter the intro?
Yes, we shall.
We shall. All right now. Hi guys. Welcome back to the Design Gist podcast. My name is Eniola, or short for Eni, and I'm here with Elsie, our beautiful, delectable, run out of
Easy.
adjectives. Eh.
Easy.
I'm trying to
Before
I'm
they'll
trying to
believe
copy
you.
some formats. You know how they want to introduce their course and they just start
Yeah,
with all this like,
that's
oh
crazy.
more. But all of it is true. Anything I say is 100% true.
No, it's true.
It is. Anyway, I'm here with Elsie. And rather than do an app tear down like we intended to do, we are going to be talking about something that has been very impossible to ignore if you've been online in the past. How many years now? I think I think since 2020, maybe 2024. Elsie, when did AI
Maybe so like
assisted
we.
design begin?
No, I think they already 2020. Yeah, maybe 2024 or 2023.
2024.
No, 2024.
It couldn't
2024
have been
because that
23
time.
because we were in school and none of these fears was like
Yeah,
around.
because yeah, we didn't have that kind of. Just I think it was still picking out little by little at that time in our own universe, basically.
Exactly. It's a bit impossible to ignore like how much AI has crept into our design process or the design process that everybody knows and is used to and have been taught in schools, in boot camps, these crash courses, all of that stuff. AI has changed everything. So, and we want to talk about what that means for us as designers. How does our design process change? Should we use every new tool that keeps coming up every day? I also have you been seeing the tools, like different tools that have come up like in the past,
There's
let's
so
even say
many.
2 weeks.
There's so many.
What is going
Even
on? All of them are
even like
competing.
Figma plugins now. They've
I
started
know,
even
right?
in this AI Figma plugins now. Yeah, right.
Oh, that is Figma has AI plugins as well.
No, you know how plugins. Some people create
Yeah.
plugins and all of that. Some people are
Okay,
creating
okay, okay.
AI plugins for specific tasks.
Is this not like that one we tested on a previous episode, like that UX writing one? Is it kind of like something like that?
Yes, something like that, but not just for US writers, for different aspects of the design
Different
process
types.
now. Yeah,
Even
yeah,
Figma itself, I see Figma
yeah.
trying hard to kind of create new features to compete with all these ChatGPT and Claude and all of that.
Mhm.
But I think designers are moving on. There's also like in terms of other types of design, it's not just UX design, graphic design, motion design. Everyone has their own AI that is apparently doing the same work as them, and the list keeps growing. So basically,
I'm
I think,
sorry to.
yeah,
Yeah, I think there's
yeah,
also like this AI that have crossed paths in design world. For instance, like you have color and designs AIs for color, whatever, like color matching AIs
mm,
and all of that. So I think that one have crossed paths with. It's not just about UX design; it's about design in general. You can use it for any like brand design. You can use it for graphic design.
mm,
You know how to match the color without thinking about it. It's just really like
exactly.
interesting. Yeah.
Exactly. What you said now, I think it ties to the newest Figma feature that they just launched. I don't know whether it's called Vectorise or something, but basically, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's
So
like
I
a
think I saw it from your stuff. Yeah.
oh, okay, from
But
Sublime.
I didn't look into it because I didn't want
Me
to. I
too, I
put
haven't
it look
tried it
into it.
yet.
Oh,
For the sake
I'm
of
not
our
sure, but like,
listeners,
let me leave.
for the sake of our listeners, can I explain what it is?
Yeah.
Let me try to explain because I'm not a graphic designer. I think graphic designers or people who do some graphic work, brand work, they are the ones that find it super useful. The pen tool, if you're familiar with the pen tool on Figma, I think
Mm-hmm.
it has been optimized so that vector, like you can manipulate vector shapes way easier than before. So normally designers would have to go to Adobe Illustrator and do some, magic on Illustrator for people who are very um versed, or don't let me say versed. So for people who know how to use Illustrator, they'll first go and do all that stuff to the image. They will now bring it back to Figma so that the image can now work with whatever thing they were designing on Figma. So basically, this feature on Figma now, you don't have to be going to Illustrator again. You can do everything inside Figma. So a lot of people are
Wow.
like, Elsie, a lot of people are like, oh, why is Figma doing this easy thing that they should have done years ago? That why can't they give us
Yeah.
more AI features? Do you know a lot of designers are doing that? Like, why don't you give us more AI features like, Cursor, Lovable, Claude Code,
Really?
ChatGPT? Hmm?
I said, really?
Yeah. And then there's a small subset of designers that are like, why are you asking Figma to give you AI?
Yeah.
Like,
The whole process of
like,
designing is like when you're designing like the high fidelity prototype, for instance. That's the to
yeah,
me that's the whole thing is like the it's just like when you're drawing that feeling you have like being able to create something in your own head and also being in your headspace. It helps you to also relax and also help you like it's not just about the job like
I
oh I
know.
have to finish this work and all of that. I know there's some times you have pressures on it, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's also like the creative process is enjoyable if you actually get into
Thank
it.
you. The
Yeah.
creative process. The creative, exactly. So this is the times that we're in now, and today's episode is all about that. I want to talk about maybe how we can actually position ourselves. How can we even try to position ourselves? How can we make sense of this era that we're in? So before we go into that, product thumbs up and thumbs down. Are we ready?
Oh yeah.
First time you are excited about this.
I'm not excited. I just
That's the first time you're excited. Every other time you just be like,
oh
no,
my god. Not
I know,
again.
I know, I know do. Shay,
I
okay,
think
will you
it's
go first? Since you were very excited. Oh yeah, please just go
no.
first.
I think you should do product thumbs up. Then I'll do product
Product
thumbs
thumbs
down.
up. Eh.
Right?
I should do product thumbs up, then you do product thumbs down.
Yeah. I think it's
Okay. All right, that's cool. Okay, so I have two thumbs up. Am I allowed to do two thumbs up?
yeah. It's fine.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Product thumbs up for this episode is two, and it's more on the graphic design side of things than interface design or interactive design. First one is
Mm.
Diocyrus. I hope I'm getting that username right. Diocyrus on Instagram is this like huge, I don't want to call him graphic designer because I feel like he's more than that. But basically, what caught my eye and why he's on my product thumbs up for today is that he's
Mm.
basically reimagining African artists, like African musicians from the past, using, I think he's definitely using AI to how do we say it now? Like reimagine what they looked like, or imagine what they looked like when they were younger. And then he does this kind of carousel design on Instagram where he will write a bit of info about each of the artists. So when I discovered him was when, I don't know if you saw that time that Fela Kuti and Wizkid and Shehu Kuti. Did you ever see that argument online?
What's the argument?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
Basically, Sheun Kuti, who is Fela Kuti's son, was
Uh-huh.
he was kind of taunting Wizkid and Wizkid fans, known as Wizkid FC. He was trying to, let them know that they are nothing compared to Fela Kuti. Wizkid is never going to be as great
Uh-uh.
as Fela. You didn't see it. They
What's
were
the
like on a
point?
7-day
I didn't
rant
see.
now.
What's the point? The whiskey
I
said
know,
it's like
right?
Fela Kuti.
Whiskey never said that, but the thing is, Whiskey FC, which are the fans, they are usually doing that comparison a lot of the times. Like they're always trying to do this. Oh, Whiskey is the greatest Afrobeat artist of all time. or is
I
even the
beg.
greatest Nigerian artist of all time. Like they like doing that thing because they think no one has won Grammy or no one has even traveled out of the country before Whiskey came into
That does not make any
Afrobeats.
sense.
So
I think
basically,
every
Seun
I
Kuti,
think
I don't know why he got angry. He just started defending his dad. Then Whiskey now answered him. Whiskey now like started saying, "I'm bigger than your dad. Okay, what do you want to do?"
are you
So tying
serious?
this back, yeah, tying this back to design. That
Bro.
Cyrus guy on Instagram now did a dedicated post now like celebrating all those musicians like Fela
Yeah.
Kuti, like Sonny Ade, like Lagbaja, like
Oh.
Bright Chimeze, Sadebe. I'm trying to be inclusive there, sorry. So
I can just see you trying to.
did I try? Did I try?
Oh
I
my
mentioned two.
god.
Anyway,
I tried.
I'll send you the thing that I saw. Or maybe it's even under Sublime. If you check Sublime, you see it there. So basically, there's a way he designs the artist's face, like when they were younger, and he will
I
tell
don't
you
think it's
stories
there,
about
sorry.
them. Is there. I think that's a
No, it's
really
not there.
great
Is it
use of
there?
design. It's there. You see one picture of Oliver the Cuckoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oliver the Cuckoo.
I'm about to
Yeah.
cook.
Have you seen him?
No, I'm not looking. I'm not looking right now.
Yeah, not there right now. Okay. If you ever have time to go and see, you see Oliver the
Yeah, I
Cuckoo.
will.
And the picture is not pictures of old men. Like he made them look super young, and he put their
That's
name and he put
crazy.
some story. I think
I
that's
think
a
it's
great
crazy.
way to use design.
Yeah, I think it's crazy because if you remember, I
Yeah.
don't think we'll ever use people as young men. I can't remember. I don't think I
Right?
know. Hello?
I can hear you. Can't you hear me?
Not hear what you said. Sorry.
Sorry, I
But I
was
was like,
exclaiming.
yeah, you okay? Sorry. I was just like, I can't remember them as like I know. For instance, I know Oliver the Cook. I know Sadebe, but I can never.
Hmm.
They're already old when they started raining. This kind of
I
people.
swear.
So I think it's interesting that someone tried to like create pictures of them, or
In that
maybe they're
way.
old when I knew them. I don't know if they were old when they started raining. So let me not put it that before people. You understand? But
Yeah,
it's like
I get
it's
what you
very
mean. Yeah.
yeah, because I remember like Oliver the Coco, for instance, my father's brother's like one of his best
Yeah.
artists. He always like putting that guy's every time we're there, putting the
Oh.
guy's video, whatever for us. I don't know, but I can't remember ever seeing that guy as a young man. So I think it's really interesting. I really like to check that post out to see because it's
Omo,
really
you like
interesting
it.
to
He
see
put
things like that.
Osadebe, he gave him beanie. Like you gave him a beanie head warmer. Like the man looks so cool. Like he looks like he's in
That's
our
so funny.
generation or something. I
That's
think
funny.
that's
How
a
about Fela?
great
I don't think
snap.
Fela was that old. I don't know if you. Obviously,
Fela,
yeah,
he's not that
right.
old. Yeah.
Obviously, we did see him as very young, but he was not really that old. And I'm
Yeah.
presuming he didn't really change because he didn't really, I don't know, grow
The
old like
craziest
that.
ones for me are the Fuji artists here. Like Sikiru Ayinde Barista, I give him blings like a rapper, and I'm like, okay, that's super interesting. That's super
That's
interesting.
funny.
I like that. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the first one. Not to take too much of our time. Sorry. The second one
Yes.
is GST. GST, not sure if you've seen them. GST Collective, I'm not super sure of the name. Basically, they are like a social media platform that their focus is on calling out bad governance and corruption in Nigeria. You must have seen them on TikTok or anywhere. I'll
No.
send you their stuff. Basically, why I like them and why they're on this list today is because I see them already influencing a lot of graphic designers in Nigeria, trying to
Oh,
use graphic design, Elsie, like they're using graphic design to quantify how much corruption is going on in Nigeria. And I think that's
wow.
so important, so good. Like imagine something like this. Did you hear of the girl that's unfortunately died of a snake bite in Abuja?
Oh, I was very snip, but
Oh,
I'm not sure I understood. I didn't really follow the
oh,
story.
lucky you. Lucky you. Let me not even
Oh,
traumatize you.
okay.
You don't need
Please
to know
don't,
about
because
it. I
thank
should
you. Because
tell you.
I really don't like snakes. So,
See, we'll talk about. I think when after this call, I will call you around this issue. Like it's a crazy thing on its own. But basically, what GST
what?
did that around it,
Mm,
they quoted a tweet that was talking about the woman's passing, the lady's passing, and
mm.
they put like a picture of or a graphic rather of an ambulance. No, not an ambulance.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
I think I'm mixing it up. But what I'm trying to say is how they use graphic design in that scenario. they quantified how many people died of, I think, snake bites every year or something in Nigeria.
Oh,
Then they now
and
said this
how
is
it
how
could have
many
been
BRT
stopped.
buses. No, no, no. They said this is how many BRT buses of Nigerians that have died of a certain thing. Not sure if it was specifically snake bites, but they're just trying to make you see how crazy the simulation is that we're living in Nigeria, or people who are living in Nigeria at the moment. Like they put, I think, 180 BRT buses, and
Wow.
like how many people that can fill those buses is the amount of people that died based on
Oh
something. I
my
don't know what the
God,
cause of death
really?
was. Do you get, like, do you see what I mean? So they are
Yeah.
already inspiring a generation or a trend of graphic designers too that are already doing that kind of thing. That
I
are like,
like
okay,
that.
this
I
is
like that a lot.
juicy. I swear,
I
like,
like
so
that
that's
because
why
it's
it's on
like
my thumbs up. Yeah.
I like that because it's like a lot of times we talk about how our country is corrupt and how we are not moving forward and how we are seem like we're moving back and all, we just talk, right? But to be able to like visualize it and actually like have it in your face all the time and see that, oh, this is what is really going on and this
Yeah.
is how crazy these things are, and we're just letting it slide because obviously Nigeria is
Mm-hmm.
one of those countries that like we try to make light of a lot of things just so that we can survive. Obviously, it's not like we
Mm.
don't talk about things, but we always talk about things sometimes, but we still just make light of it and just be able to survive and something like that.
To handle
But
it or to cope,
yeah, but at the same time, it's like who is going to change the situation of things if we don't actually try to make a change, you know? So to be able to have
right?
that in our faces and just see that okay, this is what's going on and this is how crazy things are really are in the country. I think it's such a great it's a great way forward. Basically, I think it's
Yeah.
they're making like their own mark even if they don't know it.
Honestly,
Hopefully,
and they're
hopefully it will help
consistent.
us to wake up a bit. Yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
just hope it
nice.
changes this anything, like at the end of the day. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's creative though.
I know, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's all from me for thumbs up.
That's,
I'm not doing any thumbs down.
yeah, please don't do. You really have like good ones. It's to be honest, like they're really interesting. I love the thumbs up you had. They're really interesting.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shout out to
So
the
for
algorithm. Sorry.
yes. So for the product thumbs down, I had to. It's something I had to
Okay.
steal from Annie because it's something that I think we expressed it together. So I'm trying to say it myself.
Yeah.
Went to a studio and to try to do something in a studio basically, and obviously it didn't happen. But that was the first time I'm experiencing this particular thing to like what's it called? Apple mouse.
Bro.
I don't know if it's okay, I think this is this specific Apple mouse. 'Cause I think the one we had in school wasn't really like this. This one is supposed to be like
Was it not?
no, it's also like crazy. It's also not good, but it's not touch screen like this one was.
Okay, it's the
That's what I'm
magic
saying.
mouse. I just Googled it,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So that one in school too. I didn't like. Nobody likes using that Apple computer because of that particular. I think it's like a that um, mouse. So the whole computer. Oh my god,
Mm.
let's not get into that one. But the, so the thumbs up for this week is going to be the Apple. What do you call it? Magic mouse.
Apple Magic Mouse, yeah.
Magic mouse. I really don't understand the whole.
Multi-touch surface
I don't understand it at all. I know that maybe because they don't use off often, but at the same time, it's like Apple doesn't have any touch screen on their monitors on their
device.
laptops or anything. So why are they suddenly creating touch screen on their mouse? It didn't make any sense. I have to be touching on it to scroll. I think in theory it makes sense if you listen to it, like in theory it makes sense. Like if you just touch on it to scroll, but
Hmm.
it didn't work that seamlessly basically.
I'm sorry, even the theory, me, I don't understand. I don't know what
It's
they
not
were
it makes any.
thinking when they
It's
made
like
this thing.
it's like in my head it's like Apple is like the touch pad of the laptop. You know how it makes sense. Like it's quite
Ah,
yeah. I think maybe that's the kind of thing they are going for. It makes sense in a way,
stop.
but in practice, it's so not. It's that's why Annie does not want to.
I
It's
don't.
just so not seamless at all. Like I wish we had this mouse in our hand to actually explain what was going on.
No, I'm sure
It's only
anyone who has
because
used
they
this
have that the
mouse. They will understand.
It went out that the Apple computer itself was a bit laggy or something like that, and then we had to be
Yeah,
trying to use.
yeah,
It was really crazy, and I just didn't understand the point of it. At the end of the day, just give us ordinary math that will make my life a bit easier.
seriously.
If you want to, like I said, if you want to do something like that, you have to. I think you should at least roll it out and see that it works seamlessly with your
Um,
stuff, like
the,
the ecosystem, the
your other
whole
device, yeah.
ecosystem. Yeah, before rolling it out. That's just our opinion.
I
Obviously,
don't.
there are
Is
people
it
that
new?
actually.
Is it new?
Sorry,
Let
I
me
don't
see. When
know.
did they even
Public check.
release it?
I don't know. That's the first time of reading it though.
Vectorise
Obviously, my people
launch.
that might maybe they've got used to it, they're not enjoying it and something like that. But I don't know if
Do you know?
because
2009.
you're lying.
I swear to God.
We are so from the
2009. Then there
village.
was a redesign in 2015.
Wow.
I think that's just part of them trying to like stick to this their luxury, luxury brand,
You're
luxury
right.
UX, all those kind of things. But it's yeah, I don't know how anyone uses it. I don't know how
Yeah.
anyone uses it. There's no tactile feedback like, oh, I pressed something. Let me know that I pressed something. It's just
Yeah.
flat. Like, what was that? I almost shot. I almost like threw the
Yeah.
like
Andy was so
mouse on the
frustrated.
floor. I almost threw the mouse on the floor. It wasn't good.
He was so frustrated. It's actually not. Yeah. So
Hey,
what I
Elsie, I
what I
just saw
said I wanted
something.
to.
Sorry, I just
Well.
saw something from UX Collective now. There's
Yeah.
an article from 2023. They say why the Apple Magic Mouse is the worst and best. I've not seen the rest, but I know I saw the worst and best mouse ever made. The world's most confusing mouse. I'll
Okay.
send
So
it
it's
to
not
you.
us.
It's not just us, bro. Like I
Oh,
don't
that's great then. Because I was
for
thinking,
real,
what's this?
for real.
And
Let me
I
add
think
it to
I think the
Reddit.
interesting part is how we have like this rolling stuff on it on Mars, right? This thing, and
Yeah,
it makes things
yeah, yeah.
easier to roll. They don't
The
have it.
wheel.
So
It
yeah, thank you.
doesn't.
They don't have it, so it even makes it more confusing. How do you write? Do you just I don't know, but it just was not.
God,
I don't know whatever they're going for. It didn't hit home for me.
it did
For me,
not,
for me,
bro.
for me and Annie, basically, at least we have seen that other people
Ah,
also noticed it, so it's not just us. That's nice.
nah, it's trash for real. It is
Yeah,
trash.
so that's thumbs down from us.
Okay, so that means we're ready to enter the
Yes,
episode proper. Already talked about a few things in the beginning already, but
that's right. Yeah,
okay. All right, let's get it. The first thing that I thought I added this thing last minute. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you even saw it, but I
that's
thought it
fine.
would be nice to do like a brief evolution of design, like in the history of time. Like what has design always been? Who has the designer always been? Like ever since Adam and Eve, or I don't know which creation story anyone listening
Oh,
believes in. But
interesting.
who has the designer actually always been? That's like the first thing that does that make sense? Is that a good place
Is
to
it
start?
is it like UX design or just design
No,
as a whole?
no, design itself, like because it's
Oh
a
my god,
design gist podcast now. It's not the UX design gist podcast. It's the
yeah,
design gist podcast. Abby,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this one there, I don't know. You don't think we
I
should
just
start
want
from
if you
there?
don't want to take a lot of time trying to talk. Okay, maybe
No, we're not. I'm
I'm
not
going to.
doing that. Oh, I'm not doing
All
a
right.
linear history
I did.
lesson.
Sorry, I
Just
didn't actually see that as part of the whole thing before, so I'm going to keep quiet on this one. Just try to.
no, no. You don't need to keep quiet. There will be many things. You see that there are many things
Obviously,
you will
yeah, yeah,
follow.
yeah. I get it, but I'm just saying that you will lead on
Yeah.
this. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's what that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so the first thing to know is that designer as a word, it has not always been like a title that oh, okay, I'm a designer. Maybe how you have someone that is an architect, how you have someone that is a doctor, how you have someone that is a how do you which one again is which one do we have? A
Engineer.
lawyer, engineer, exactly. Designer has not always been a job role. Design
Yeah,
itself was already part of a job. So
that's
the one you mentioned now, you mentioned engineer.
yeah,
In the past, people would typically call an engineer a designer. There's
yeah,
architects as well. People who design buildings. They were also using design in their work. So the term designer actually emerged in the 18th to 19th century around the Industrial Revolution time to now mean,
Mm.
okay, someone who was planning, designing the production of objects, of products. And one important thing to note there, just to not talk too much around everything, is that it's because um companies were making too much of one product. That's why the role of designer actually emerged. That's what I saw with the small research that I did. I don't know, anybody
Mm.
can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's because of mass production. Because, oh, we are making this lip gloss now, this is a lip
Yeah.
gloss, okay, we need to make more of this. Okay, then we need someone to manage this process. We need someone to make this as usable as possible in the fastest way possible, blah, 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 all of that. So because of that industrial revolution period, the designer role came out.
Yeah.
So there are like 5 parts to it. Don't worry, we will not take too long. During this beginning, that might take a long time because I wanted to understand what was happening in Africa around this time. So basically, before we
Okay.
had software, now we know software, Figma, what again,
Yeah.
Framer, Webflow, all of them. Before all of that, who was the designer? So the designer, like I said, it was not a job title, it was a function. So you had architects, artisans, engineers. So there was no separation between who was thinking about the work and who was making the work, if that makes sense. So because
Mm.
now, should I even say now? Because the cycle has changed again. When we were in school, let me say when we were in school, like 2020s, and I
Yeah.
mean masters, not that we were in school, like secondary school or something. A designer is the person who would design, like do the ideation process, like, oh, this is what I imagine this thing will look like, will be useful as. This is how people would use it to do something to solve a problem. But after I finish my prototype, I just give it to my developer or my engineer or my whoever is technical to now design it. I mean, develop it so that it's a real working functional product.
Mm.
But with what I've seen in this pre-software era, the designers were also the makers.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I
You
think
see,
I saw.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not like there was any difference between who was designer and who was making. So designers were always the makers. So just a small detour there. I was not trying to understand, okay, what was Africa, what was Africa doing there? Like were we also not designers? Like what were we doing in that era? And Elsie, I noticed something I just thought to bring up, like in this recording now, is
Mm-hmm.
every time I try to search for Africa design history, or like who was, an engineer, an architect, an artisan, that kind of thing, it was only fashion they bring out. It's only like textile
Yeah.
crafts for handbags or bag weaving or mats. Want to sleep on the mats. Which one again came out a lot? Maybe clay. We are molding clay to make a big pot for something in the house. I find it very interesting that that's the only kind of thing that came out for Africa. Do you like? Is it just me? It's weird too.
I think it's yeah.
Like it's only the visual stuff that is aesthetically pleasing, like, cultural, ethnographic kind of, how do we put it now? Like nothing about buildings, nothing about construction, nothing about artisan work that is not belittled to say craft. It's mostly just adire and ashoke. And I'm not saying those things are not good or like don't
Yeah, but
misinterpret. Yeah.
yeah, well, I think like you said,
Yeah.
you were googling about designers, so maybe they are
Yeah.
not in Africa. We don't really call. I don't know if they do that here. We don't
Mm-hmm.
call construction workers or I'll say construction
I mean
civil.
architecture and engineering, like industrial design, architecture work, buildings,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
bridges, all
just
those
trying
kind
to.
of
I'm
things.
just trying to say maybe it's the terms of Google that is a mistake. I don't know because if it
Hmm.
comes to like construction, like buildings and all of that, I
Yeah.
think there are some evidence that the
Yeah.
old kingdom of is it Benin or something like that. Their whole like construction was crazy.
That's the thing.
And
The fact that you're even calling it construction, why not say design? It's
okay, the
design,
design
isn't
of
it?
their whole yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's the
Okay.
whole reason why it got lost in the whole search or something, because I don't know what they
I
will
don't
call
know.
it.
I think there's something more sinister going on. I don't know.
Obviously, there will be. There definitely will be. No, there definitely will be, because there are so many things that obviously that let's not even. But yeah, there are
No,
obviously
we
things
should go
that
there. Let's go
sound
there.
like conspiracy theory but makes a lot of sense. For instance, why is it
Mm-hmm.
that your ChatGPT only has like, if you look at the way it responds to you, the way it
Mm-hmm.
speaks to you, it only has like the Western world kind of things. So
To be fair,
I
to
think it
be fair,
depends on.
that might be our own fault because documentation is maybe not
That's
as
what I'm trying to say. I think it depends
yeah.
on who is building it and who is design and who is. So if you're going on things like
Mm-hmm.
Google, maybe it depends
Where
on
else
what
can
you're
I
trying.
go?
That's what I'm saying too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, so it depends on how they document it there, and obviously they're going to make their own things like be at the top
Hmm.
of the whole whatever.
Angle,
And so
angle, angle.
maybe if you're trying to find things about Africa, you probably have to go deeper into the search and all of that before you actually discover things. That's just like hypothetically. I'm not saying
Okay.
that that's what it
Okay,
is.
the reason why I will push back a tiny bit is that you can find maybe even more detailed and well represented information about other cultures that are not African. I'm sure if I go and search for something, maybe what can I say, Asian culture, Asian history, that kind of stuff, I will still be able to see that okay, these were the designers of maybe I don't want to mention something as big as Japan or China.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, you might not also know, because I'm from those cultures. You might not also know if
No, I
you're
would
actually going
definitely
deeper.
know if I know if I want to search for who were the designers of pre before the 1980s, who were the designers in Chinese history, Chinese or Japan. I'm sure I will find that information without it being like, oh, they were making clothes, they were making textile, they were making cultural artifacts. It will be
Okay,
actually like real, yeah,
what's your
conspiracy theory.
thank you or something like, what do you think? What do you think is.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't. I'm not saying that this is the truth, but I have a feeling that there's this inferiority complex that they just force on us. Like, they try to make it seem like, and when I say they, just anyone listening, just fill in the gaps on who is the they. I'm not mentioning who the they is, but there's this inferiority that they put around the things that we make to make it seem like it's not as good as. But when we go into the past, we have literally like evidence of more powerful, should I say more powerful, and more powerful cultures coming to take from us. We have that evidence. And I'm not going to talk too much around that, so we don't go into like slavery and
I do,
violence and genocide
yeah,
and all that stuff.
no.
Yeah,
I do think that another aspect of it is, like you said, documentation too is really like a big part of it
it's
from us,
huge.
because it, like, just like you said, a lot of those things that happened in the past, for instance, the designs that were really like crazy for buildings or whatever,
Architect,
architectural
yeah,
designs that were really
yeah,
like crazy. It you can hardly find them,
yeah.
like the whole thing now. We don't know the story. Some of the things are from, maybe there are stories somewhere, but I didn't. I'm sure there are stories somewhere, but I'm sure I've
I
seen.
have one. Can I
Um,
give you two
I've
examples?
seen.
Sorry,
Okay.
finish and I'll give you my examples.
No, just that I've seen
Yeah.
some people on TikTok that's their content. They talk about like
Hmm.
all the olden days, about like old things. For instance, Nigeria. That's what I've seen mostly. Like they
Yeah.
talk about things that are not really like well known about Nigeria, like the history and all of
In
that.
terms of
And
what exactly?
so some of them, it's
Yeah.
origin of this, origin of that. I can't remember. There's a particular girl, I've forgotten her name. I used to really like see her content so much then, but I don't really see it now
Mm-hmm.
anymore. It was quite interesting to always like see and learn from her. She's a young girl, but she's always like talking about the history of certain things. For instance, she'll talk about this is not. I don't think I remember exactly what she's talking about. But so, for instance, now she'll tell you about the. Let me just say, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
the hero, whatever, Buba, the
Oh,
this is the
okay.
back kind of this is the back kind
But
of
you see my thing then I still tie into fashion. Not that there's anything inferior
no,
about
no, no,
fashion, but
it's
like it's
not
still
fashion.
fashion.
It's not fashion
Okay.
any. I'm just giving you an example out of my own head. I can't remember exactly what she's talking about. It's not fashion at all. What she's talking about is not fashion at all. I wish
Okay.
I can find this girl again. I think she's something
Okay,
TV
see
on
my fear
TikTok.
now, Elsie. My fear with that is okay. This is on TikTok, which is great. I love that someone like that exists that is teaching people on this on social media platform. But is that actually part of the school curriculum in Nigeria? Because like when I was reading this thing, I now sat down to think about it. That which great architects do I know in Africa, in Nigerian history? Like, can I just mention one great architect? Not, and I know, okay, someone, there's one person that is listening to us now that might say that's because you did not Google it or something like that. I know that there's some. This is where I'm going with this. Where I'm going with
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is, I can mention loads of names if it's a white man. Like I can mention loads of names, but I can't mention an African name. I think there's a problem there. So the person doing this work on TikTok, she's doing a great job, but like, how is it going to get to the primary two students in Ilorin, not even Lagos? Because everyone kind of thinks the world ends or Nigeria revolves around Lagos.
But if
How does that
we
get
are
to the
talking
primary
about
two
it
school
now,
students? Yeah.
just talking about it now, I'm still looking at it like it's more of our own problem than any other people's problem. That's
Yes,
what I'm trying to
definitely,
say.
definitely, 100,
Yeah, okay.
100%. 100%. I feel it. I feel like it's a joint thing. I feel like it's a joint thing. But it's only you can only do so much pointing fingers at someone else, and try and act like, okay, how do I really fix my issue? But the two examples I wanted to give two examples about how the day, the unnameable day, the day without a name, the day who do not have a name, how they've like put this inferiority around what we think around Africans. Two examples. Apparently, there's like an hydraulic engineering system that was made by the Shona tribe in Zimbabwe. This was ages ago, like centuries ago, between the 11th and 15th centuries, apparently. So this was like it's described as sophisticated. They made this thing to help with like water works and water reservoirs around their community. And apparently the Europeans attributed it to them. Like Europeans changed the history, like they rewrote it to say that it wasn't the black, like the Zimbabweans that did it. That it was another race, I think Phoenicians. Until today, it's not something that I don't know how it is in Zimbabwe. I don't know what the reception to that is, but generally people just think it's not the Shona tribe that made that like system, that put the system, that worked to build that system. Then there is also, in terms of graphic design, apparently, did you know that the oldest form of graphic design was found in South Africa? But like when we talk about design, we don't know these things like in terms of Africa. Oh, this is how Africa also was doing. And I'm just, to be honest, the reason why I went on this rabbit hole is because of our podcast. How we like to say, oh, we are for Africa, but we are speaking from the diaspora. That's why I went on this tangent. But I just think it's something to think about, that when we think about design excellence or design history, I can't really name any like Nigerian name off the top of my head. And maybe that's my fault for not knowing all the reading, doing all the reading or whatever. But I just think it's interesting that things are like
Think
that.
that
Sha.
isn't that I think this what you said now is interesting. I also think that being
Yeah,
like a design podcast that is focused on Africa as a point, why don't you make it
yeah,
as part of our content? Like maybe you know how we have that right now we're doing US design principles like
yeah.
once every month. Can't you just do it like once a month to shine a light on an African designer or African whatever that we have an African designer of the
When do you
month,
mean African design?
like it doesn't matter what design obviously it is. For example, it could be an architectural design or whatever that has made a lot of impact in Africa or that's making impact in Africa. It doesn't have to be someone that is here now. It could be like an
Mm-hmm.
old like just I don't know, it just came to me. We can think about it, how we could shine light on
Mad, mad.
African
Let me write this down.
designers basically. So maybe we can do like once every month we just shine light on African designs basically. Like,
We can even do
maybe
it every episode though. The way we do product thumbs up and thumbs down. Okay, today's one now. Today's one was Nigeria. Like I don't know if Dio Cyrus. Okay, Dio, probably Yoruba. But yeah, yeah. I think it's even something we can incorporate in every episode because see, to be honest,
yeah, okay.
yeah. I've written it down. Okay, okay, moving on. The next phase was the graphic design era from the 80s to the early 2000s. This is where you have more Photoshop, Adobe, Corel Draw. Did you ever use Corel Draw, Elsie?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let's go to job. I'm
You're a
really
real
corrupt job
millennial.
then. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was really corrupt job then. I didn't. There was
What did you use
there's no
and
one,
do? What did you use it for?
bro. So I've always been like into tech and tech things. Like this is not it's not something that started now. I've always been into it. So
Mad, mad,
I
mad.
I there was the time that I my father had to like get me like this what's it called, desktop. This is not how when they want we to have desktop. So he got
Yeah,
like a desktop for us, basically for me anyway, because I'm the one that mostly uses it. So
mad.
I had like that Coral Draw. I had there's another one, Dreamweavers or Dream something. I think it's Dreamweavers.
More.
That was also, bro. I was learning that stuff too. It's bro. I was just like learning a lot of things. I was still like at the point I was learning. The only thing that I feel like with me is that I
Hmm.
wasn't like going. I didn't keep going in that direction. I've just been in tech for a long, long time. I had to go to
Hmm.
school and go and do chemical engineering. So that sort of derailed my whole thing.
Hmm.
But I've always been like into tech and really trying to learn things. I don't know. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Maybe if I had grown up in a different situation, like if we
Yeah.
had, I don't know, because I don't know what exactly was my whole thing. Because when I was young, I was just into several things. I don't know what it is that I'll tell
That
you
is
that
the
I've got.
spirit of design or the designer in you. This
They're
is
not.
even actually perfect. No, this is perfect. Me, I
How
never
you?
used Corel Draw. I only ever heard of it. Or
Yeah, because
Dreamweaver.
you are a Gen Z.
A what? I'm not a Gen Z. I'm not a Gen Z. I'm too old, man. I'm
Okay,
too.
you're Gen
If I say my
Alpha.
age, eh,
You're Gen
eh,
Alpha.
no, no, kilo day. The only one I use like to like the way you described it, how you've always been a tool guy, like tool girl, that you've been using things, just using things to make things. My own was mobile apps. There were these mobile apps on my Android then, because I used to use Android in secondary school to uni. So
Obviously.
there's this like this text editing that I used to make so small, nice posters for Instagram that time.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Fonto, Phonto. If
Yeah,
anyone knew
photo.
that app, that's what I used for
Oh,
like
it's been a
all those.
while,
The only
actually.
design I early design, yeah, yeah, and photography, like of course, like Photor. So I was mostly like on mobile apps. That's when I was experimenting with design, like in my
That's
when I was
nice.
younger. I didn't use this Corel Draw. I didn't use it, I say. But around this time, this 80s to 2000s, designers were more focused on typography, branding, all of that. Um, then we entered the era of UX and product design. UX, like we both know, it didn't start when the iPhone was released. UX was, I think, since the 90s, since the first website came out. That's when
I
people
think we've
started
talked
realizing,
about it
oh,
before in
we
earlier
have,
episodes
right?
about, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. UX did not start in, yeah. It's older than even the web because there are other places that UX comes out in psychology, in like manufacturing of products. I have a cousin in Reading that does one job. When he described it to me, I was like, you're basically a UX designer, but for products, like real products, like
Oh, he's a
food,
product
like
designer then. He's a product
no, no, not
designer.
like product, not product like an app, like you get
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Product
yeah, like a product,
like a cup,
yeah.
like that.
Uh-huh.
That's I told you that when I was trying to get into UX design, one of the schools
Yeah.
that I applied to, they no I don't know, most people actually interchange it, product design or UX design.
Mm,
So I saw a school, I can't remember the school exactly, but I applied to a school and
yeah.
they had interview. Basically, it's not really an interview, they talk to you about it. So I was talking to the professor, whatever, that called me for the
Yeah.
interview. He was talking about it's physical product that they were talking about, like, so it's
Mm.
called product design in their school, but it's like physical products. You have to do like design things like physical products, basically. So I
Like
was
an
like,
artisan, a
I don't know, yeah,
carpenter,
something like
like
that.
sculpt. What do
Yeah.
you call
Maybe you also do like some 3D printing, some kind of stuff. You design it and you
sculptor?
print. I don't know if it's printing. I don't know if I had it, but I don't know. Yeah, he was showing me a lot of some of the designs. Like you design like some people might design seats, some people might design they design anything. So and they will
Mm.
produce it. It's not just like designing it from the whole process from design to
And
the
UX
whole
has
thing.
always mattered
Yeah,
in those
yeah,
spaces. UX
obviously.
has always mattered. Exactly.
But not calling
So
US, but it's still going to be
it still
research. They're going to
be,
be doing
yeah, they have
research
different
and
names.
all of that.
Like one thing, yeah. So human factors and ergonomics.
Yeah.
What else? Interaction designer. that kind of thing. Anyway,
Mm.
that's that was another era, and I feel like that's the one we saw that made us think, oh, maybe we could be UX designers as well. Let's go to school to study UX or whatever. It was nice. And then there was another era with the design systems where you had resources like Google Material Design, Airbnb's design system, different design systems just came out. Even Apple, I think Apple too have their guidelines as well that just came out, and it started. I don't know if you felt that shift around that time when it started being like, oh, if you don't, you have to know how to use these, variables,
Design systems.
components. You have to. If you're not
Yeah,
using auto layout, what are you doing? Like
that,
that was
that's
now like
true.
that was the like that was like the bare minimum because design was now focused more on like hands off collaboration with other designers in a way that if you leave the team maybe for 2 weeks vacation, anyone should be able to continue your work
Yeah.
without it being like, yeah. So to be fair, let me be honest now, I'm going to say the truth now. When I was learning design in 2020, because that's when I started learning Adobe XD and all that stuff, nobody taught me anything about design system. No one said, oh, it's weird, why are you designing in freeform? So there's this, I don't know if you've noticed, like when people want to clown, when people want to make fun of new designers, they'll be like, oh, you're not using auto layouts. Look at you, you're using rectangle to design, that kind of thing. But
Mm.
then nobody taught me that then. Like that was not the norm, to be honest. Like
Oh,
that was not the expectation.
yeah.
But now, one of my friends, I think we spoke last year. She was doing a UX course last year, so she needed my help to like consult on a few things. And I saw that from the jump, they're already telling them frames, like constraints, components, like that's the way they design. There's no free form design now. So I don't know if you
I think
noticed that shift as well.
no. I think for me, I did. Like you said, I
Yeah.
also did. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I can't remember.
Mm.
I also did some boot camp, obviously in back on online boot camp,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, yeah, they will not focus. That's not the main focus of the whole design. But I was able to learn. I think this auto layout thing. I don't think it's from the school itself. I learned it. I think it's from someone that graduated, and she was. I think that's how I
Mm-hmm.
learned auto layout. She talked about auto layout. She
Ah,
talked about several things, and I had to go and start googling and going to YouTube to watch videos. Then, and that's how I was trying to learn all those things by myself. So yeah, I understand what you were saying. I agree what you're saying. That it was a shift basically. There's
also,
from what we were learning because it's not like a
also,
structured
yeah.
school. It's not like a school kind
Like
of
they didn't teach
thing.
us in school, but I
Yeah.
kind of
So
feel like this is one of the evidences to show that UX is really not UI at all. Because in the master's degree we both did, there was really no time to let me use the ChatGPT word, delve into designs. I
mm,
mean, did we do any course called design systems?
no.
We didn't
But
because there was
moving
already a lot to talk about.
But I think at the same time, I think at the same time, it's like you.
Yeah,
This is in master's course in the UK. From what I've gathered, they're not really teaching you the
yeah.
basics. They're just teaching you they're just
But
building
but
on your
design
knowledge.
system, would you say design system is a okay, it's a basic, but no
Imagine if you
one
had gone
ever
to
mentioned it. Even
no, what I'm
Paul,
saying is,
is
imagine
it Paul or
if you had
Pio?
gone to 4 years of design, like P. If
Oh,
you're
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 right.
doing
You're right.
DNG, you're doing design.
You're right. It's true.
You
At
understand?
least there's an
So
assumption that you should have known that.
yes, exactly. So that I would have taught you all those
Mm,
things when you were doing those school things. Now, if you look at if you're really looking at what they're focusing on
mm,
real world applications. They're teaching you things that you
yeah.
might probably use at work,
And
depending
research
on
and
where you work
stakeholder
and all of
management,
that.
all that stuff. Yeah.
So I think that's what they were focusing on, rather than trying to teach you the basics.
Well, that's fair, Sha. I love design system. Shout out to design system. So next up is the two
That's
things that
design
we're now
systems. So,
the two things that we're now focused on today, which is AI. But before AI was no code, let's not forget, where we have all this Webflow, Bubble, Framer, those were the OGs before the actual OG, the Agbalagba now, which is AI.
yeah,
So
but
AI. So the first thing here is okay, how is AI actually changing the design process? Should we really like quickly talk through that and we talk about the hidden costs and hidden trade-offs that we're not seeing there? First of
Hmm.
all, what is even the regular or the original design process that designers follow? Is there
I do.
what's the word?
I
Yeah.
don't think that each company or each whatever now have their own design process. If you look at it, some depending on what,
Mm,
like if you are using, for instance, the design thinking process, like
yeah.
in my opinion, most design whatever should follow this
Yeah.
kind of rule where you
Pattern.
have to do the research first and then you start creating, and that means you use insights from your research to start creating, and then you iterate, test it out and all of that. However, obviously in the real world it's not always like that. Some people don't even bother with research. Some people just do secondary research and they just start
Desk
designing.
research. Yeah.
Yeah, so it depends on who you're working with and who you're working for. I've seen people, like, we've gone to a program, an event, and where the people talked
Yeah.
about how a US researcher came in and talked about how much of a research they did, and everybody was really like impressed just to come up with something, you know. And it's like, oh my god, how do you? Some of the questions that I was asking that thing more was, how do you encourage? That's one question that I've heard a lot in this US, in this design world. How do you
Hmm.
encourage your team to like to invest more in research? So it could just imagine,
Hmm.
that means many people don't really do research like that. They just want you to design, just keep something.
That's
So
design and ship.
yes, so that is really, but a normal design system, like I said, is about, like, if it's
Design
design thinking
process.
principles I'm using, it's going to be like research. No, is research that is called first, right? Research,
Empathize.
right?
Yeah.
Empathize. Thank you, empathize.
But that's for design
Um,
thinking specifically. There
that's
are
why I
other
said
frameworks
if
as
if
well.
it's the
Yeah.
design thinking process, that's what I said.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
So
just trying
is
to say,
empathize.
like, so that people know that there are other processes, not only the design thinking process. There are other ones, but they are still all the same thing if you look at it. Let's not lie.
Yeah, because in my opinion, it's still going to be, you have to do your research, you have to know who you're designing
Exactly.
for, you have to hear from them, and then you have to use it to get the insights from it to now start creating what you want to create, make decisions
Yeah.
based on those insights, and then test out what you've done, then iterate
Exactly.
until you get it right, and then before you ship out. That's what, theoretically, if you ask me, that's what it's supposed to be basically. But
Yes.
now, all right, back to you.
Exactly. But now how it has changed. First of all, nobody is waiting for research again, like you earlier said. Like people would rather ship something and see how people respond to it and then make corrections based off that. There's no understanding the problem space, understanding the user. All of that seems like busy work. That's what I've noticed. I don't know if that is the case for big companies. I can't speak for like Google. I'm very sure Google is still, running research labs, trying to understand, oh, what's the best way to capture this market? Or what's the best way for this user base to use this thing? I'm sure they are still spending loads of money on that, even though there's been layoffs. We keep hearing all these, oh, UX research layoff. It's so hard to get job as a UX designer, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff is still real. But
Hmm.
definitely one thing AI has started to change is the design process that starts with empathize. There's no more empathy in this thing again. It's just as much
Yeah.
money as I can get. That's the
Yeah,
first thing I've
and
noticed. Yeah.
to just to buttress on that, a lot of things I've
Yeah.
seen when it comes to is like you said, is the shift from empathize to just research, and a lot of people are using AI to do their research. So you
Hmm?
just go to
Wait,
AI
no,
and do
empathize
some.
is research now. I don't think it's a shift
Okay,
from
you don't get
empathize
me.
to research.
Empathize means that you're trying to understand your users, and how do you understand
Yeah.
users if you don't speak to your users directly? You have to speak to them directly. But a lot of people are
Yeah,
now
or
just going
run
to
some.
on AI
Yeah.
to research some things without trying to like verify it or trying to like get the hear the voice of their users basically. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like they're just using AI to in place of that. So they just go to AI and say, I want to design this kind of thing. What do they blah, blah, blah. They just ask you some kind of stuff and then it brings out whatever it brings out, and then it's just like basically they just use AI. Because I did some kind of, I wouldn't say like deep research, but just like light
Mm-hmm.
research on Reddit. I'm just wanting to know how people are using AI in their research workflows, basically
Process. Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
understand it. And one of the things that's one of the things I've seen that people I was thinking that people are going to be using it for the design itself. But it was interesting that the little research I did, a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
um a lot of the results I got from there, a lot of the responses I saw from
Mm-hmm.
the stuff is people are using it in mostly in the research aspect and copywriting, the UX writing part of things.
How about
Also, when
the
it comes,
generation of the AI was just making like the AI was just generating research like survey responses or what? Like where was it pulling it from? Where was the AI getting the data from? Was
no, no,
was it
no.
just pulling
So,
from
okay, so no, that's not what I meant. Sorry, maybe
okay, okay,
what I meant when I say AI, I don't mean that they're going to ChatGPT to be typing things. I mean there are now AIs that are good
okay,
for interviews. For instance, that can use for interviews. You can use those.
okay,
Like I saw
okay.
one. Ina, I can't remember the name. Ina something. I said I will actually mention the name on display, but it's on my laptop. I don't want to like mess
Don't
up
oh
my own
okay,
setup
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. But it's basically they will have these AIs for interviews. What it does is you upload the interviews you've done. Obviously, this one is not it just helps the workflows. That's what I was trying to research. I'm not trying to
So that's
research
it. It
how
doesn't
it
create the
helps over.
data.
No,
It
it
just
doesn't create
helps
it. You
the
have to
research
upload because I
process.
went on the website to look at it. So
Mm,
you have to do your whatever the interviews and all of that, and then upload the data into the AI,
exactly.
and then
So
it
you still
generates
have to do your
insights from you.
interviews.
Yes.
Exactly,
So that
exactly.
was
That was
how
the
I was.
next thing I was going to say that AI helps with synthesis of research and ideation of prototypes. That's another thing it changes in the process. So yeah, that was you made that my point for me there. So instead of you like, oh, I've just done interview with 20 people, so I won't start sitting down and looking at notes and color coding codes and doing
Exactly.
you don't need to do all that. Just
It makes it,
but
yes,
Elsie,
motion.
Elsie,
Yeah.
a little pushback. You know, I'm working on. I don't know if I've told you really about it, but I'm working on this music project where I told you about it in the last episode actually. Yoruba erotica, where I'm looking for songs that fit a set playlist, but only Yoruba language. I think I
Okay.
mentioned it to you. Yeah, see the way you said you
I,
okay, like okay, which one
I
is
can
this?
vaguely remember because when you said Yoruba Erotica, I can vaguely remember that. I think I can vaguely
Okay.
remember those things, but I'm not sure. But just
Okay,
yeah, maybe.
Sha, I'm doing the work. I found the songs. I've been interviewing people, and I want to like
Wow.
turn all the insights into a video essay for my Substack and YouTube. And now I've been using some AI to help me with the synthesis of the research. You know how we've just said AI is good for synthesis. What I'm
Yeah.
noticing is that AI is making a lot of assumptions based on the interview transcripts that have passed into it, namely Notebook LM and Claude. So I wouldn't even tell a UX researcher or UX designer
Oh,
to trust these AIs. There's so many
sorry.
things. First of all, sorry, Elsie, two things. First thing is that it's making assumptions about what my interviewee is saying. It doesn't understand what he's saying. It's just making some assumptions. Second thing is that it's missing a lot of important gems. Like what I did was I told AI I downloaded the interview audio. I created a transcript file. I uploaded this into Claude Code and Notebook LM. Then I now sat down by myself and was listening to the interview and was writing, things that are super important, color coding it the normal way. And now try to compare our notes, me and the AI. And I'm looking at the AI zone like this is super, super, like, how do you put it? It's so thin, like it's thin. It's missing a lot. So imagine if you're now
So
relying on that, for your
yeah.
insights. Is that really the best? Is that the
So
best thing in it? Yeah,
to be fair, when I said people are using it, what
yeah.
did nobody talked about using ChatGPT or whatever, Claude or whatever for that kind of thing. There are AIs that are built for that.
There's
Like I said, but the one I saw,
yeah.
they gave the name of the AI that they were using. It's not any
Mm.
of those kind of things. I was trying to remember. That's why I was trying to
Is it
remember
like
the
is it
name.
dovetail?
Actually, went on
Remember we
their
did is it
no,
dovetail?
it's not dovetail at all. This one is inner
Uh,
something, inner whatever. It's specifically, I went on the
okay.
website to actually look at it. I said
Yeah.
I'll talk about it, but again, I don't want to go on my laptop. If I want to go on my laptop, I'll
No,
probably
no,
have
it's
to.
fine. No,
But
we
it will mess
can
up
we
the
can
whole
look at it
setup.
later, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's actually specifically for that kind of thing. However, from what I saw, I don't think it's free. So it's not like it's not free. That's one thing.
The
All kind of
hidden
those AIs
costs.
that yes, those AIs that I've seen that are specific for particular things, they're not free. I think they're always like
Okay,
you have
so
to pay for it.
we can chalk that
I'm
down
not
to
even
me
sure.
using the wrong tools. Also, I would also say because my subject is niche, like Yoruba, like it's not that we had the interviews in Yoruba, but like, and this is what I'm saying in terms of African designing for Africans now.
Yeah,
AI,
but
I don't think
yeah, I
can.
get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
Yeah,
like you can't really say AI is because when you say when you're talking about the AI you use, it's about these LLMs.
yeah.
But
That was the first thing I said, that I've used the wrong tools there.
okay, okay,
I
maybe
agree with
that's
that.
fine.
Yeah, yeah. I used the wrong
So I
tools,
think
but okay.
yeah, so I'm thinking that what I'm thinking
Yeah.
is that for us to be able to judge if it actually makes sense is if we're able to use the right tools and then
Mm,
we can see if it's truly those tools are actually quite helpful. Because what I saw on this Reddit post, like the
yeah.
person was saying that it was really helpful. That's how they use theirs. And I went to the website. Although, like I said, it's not free. You can create
Mm.
an account with just your. It's a business. You have to
You
be a
need
business.
a
Remember
company.
how we are trying to create some account
Yeah,
those time, like
company.com.
that's to be a
Yeah,
company. Yes. So obviously, it's targeted.
it's
Most of
hard
these
to
AIs that are coming out
test
are for real things. They're not coming out for individual. They're
for real
mostly coming out.
products.
They're targeting. Yes, they're targeting companies
Also,
that actually building products, not.
I guess they don't want their competition to steal their idea, so they're hiding, they're gatekeeping it. Like, no, it's only people that are profitable.
If it's that one, I don't think that makes any sense.
It's
Because if
true
I'm your
because you can
competition,
also just use your company.
company disintegrate.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know
You can
what.
also
I
just
think
use
it's
your
about the money,
company.
basically. If you ask me, it's about the money.
No, but yeah, it's about definitely about the money.
Yeah,
Like
about who's going to pay.
products in this era is just about the money. Nobody cares about, oh, crafts. Let's make this as crafts. Which brings me to something I forgot to mention it earlier. Sorry to take you back a bit. In the olden days, I was not there, but in the olden days, the designer was like we established earlier, the designer was the one also making the thing. They were not handing off anything to anyone. They were the ones making the thing, which means you could leave the designer, to obsessively, create and, fine tune things to the best of their ability. Like nobody was disturbing them. Oh no, you need to ship. We need this. We need to follow the product roadmap. It needs to come out around September, end of quarter. No one cared about that. Like just produce. Like just design this building. Just design this church. Just design this artifact as best as possible. So there was more detail to craft. It was slower. But now they have the constraints of, quarterly revenues, you have product roadmap to follow, you have business needs to align with, you want to compare that with user needs. Like there's too much constraints around design in this era that the kind of
Yeah,
things that we're producing look
period
the
now,
way they
yeah.
do. Like that's why they look the way they do. So yeah, that's just a tangent. Okay, I think we've just covered research. But in terms of design itself, like, oh, pushing a pixel, oh, let's make this rectangle black, let's make this. How does AI affect that? And the first thing in my own mind, you
Okay.
might not agree with me, is that, oh, you agree with me. You said it in the beginning of the episode. Basically, is that those AI tools like Vibe Code app, Variant UI. I don't know if you've tried Variant UI, Elsie.
I'm
All
not
those kind of
sure. I
tools,
can't
yeah.
remember.
They make things feel very anti-creative. I said this on my Twitter, and some people just came out of nowhere. And okay, don't let me say some people came out of nowhere. Some people disagreed, but I feel like they are not very. They don't make you feel creative. Like you said, the creative process is lost when the ideation is handed over to the AI. Just to give you a brief summary of what that variant UI does, Elsie, you can say you can be on your laptop right now. If you type in something, say maybe you type in an app for dog owners, maybe an app for dog owners. Elsie, do you know that variant
Mhm.
UI will give you a scrollable list of infinite scrollable or infinitely scrollable UI of the same concept that you typed in there. So it's not just that, oh, I type in something and it gives me one output. Variant UI will give you multiple answers for the question you asked. So it's like endless options, endless possibilities with variant UI. Though
So what?
I don't,
I'm not sure I
yeah.
understand any. Is it like I don't know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure I understand.
Okay, let me explain. If
What?
you go on Pinterest, for example, if you go on Pinterest now,
Yeah.
you search for black hair on black. top, maybe just a concept. You don't see someone with black hair wearing black top.
Yeah.
What comes out? It's a list of plenty pictures of a girl or a guy with black hair and black top, right? That's what comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same way
Yeah.
variant UI is as well. So if I go to that place now, to the LLM, I tell it, oh, I want this kind of app. It's give me an endless list of UI as well. So I'll now have to
Oh,
choose one. Ah, it sounds impressive, but is it? Is it
that's
really?
interesting.
Is
No, because
it really?
I hate decision. I hate that kind of making
No,
decide, like making options, choosing.
I know, right? Like it's too much to
Just to give
choose
me
from.
anxiety, like no.
It's too much to choose from.
Yeah.
So the way I understand it is the bridge between the UI and the working. I don't want to say prototype because now designers are not making prototype again. They are making the real thing already. Or like am I wrong in saying that? Like they are not doing it. Oh, we just finished interactive prototype on Figma. We've gone beyond that already.
What I'm trying to say is that I don't think a lot of
Yeah.
companies are doing that exactly now.
Ah,
They're
are
still
you
people that are
sure?
designing. And
Have
I'm
you
just saying
read the
that
design reports for with?
you there's a report that said that designers in companies are using AI.
I don't think. First of all, this did not start in 2025. It started way before. Lots of
Yeah.
product
Mm-hmm.
teams are already okay in terms of obviously I agree with that. It's not like, oh, they're already shipping things without developers. I don't think it's that simple because some companies have a whole ass app that has lots of other features, and one designer is probably working on one feature at a time or something. I really don't know what it's like in Google, for example, or
Yeah.
Apple or something. But obviously I don't mean to say that, or all the companies are now just leaving out developers and just prototyping. But I'm talking about like um in terms of showing maybe developers what to build. There's no interactive. Let's do interactivity. Yeah. That, oh, we've designed something on Figma. Let's do an interactive prototype. We'll now start joining something to join. You know how we do it now. Join
Yeah.
this part. When you press this is what happens. No, it seems like a waste of time to do that right now. It seems like a waste of time when you have AI that can already show that interactivity. Am I still breaking?
No, I'm hearing you. I'm just wondering.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm hearing you. It's
So
interesting.
do you agree that it's a waste of time, like, to if you want to show the functionality or the interactivity
But
of the app?
if you're asking me whether I will
Yeah.
use an AI to make that process faster, 100%
Yeah,
I will.
same.
I will. So
Same.
if there's any AI, if you know any AI that will do that, please let me know. Because
There's
that thing will do.
which brings me to the
I
next
think
one. Have you tried any of them?
I think now the interactive or whatever
Yeah.
prototyping in Figma is not really as bad as it was when we were in school, if you remember. I think it's more
Mm,
straightforward now because I've been trying to. I did one. I think it was this.
yeah.
No, I think it was last year. It's not as bad as it was when we were in school, but still, it's still a whole lot. Like you
What is
still have
better
to.
about it?
I think it's a bit smoother. It's not. You don't have to be. You still connect those lines, but it's not as. I don't know how to
Let me
describe.
go
Like
there right now.
you know how when the old Figma basically is like you have to
Yeah.
connect one to one and then you choose
Yeah.
interactivity of it. You can do
Yeah.
that, but now I think there's a way you can now do it in a way that it just keeps coming up the same thing. So you don't have to if you don't want to change it, for instance, or you want to change it, it's easier, slightly easier than then.
Is it
But
easier
I've not
than
used this
AI
thing.
though?
No, no, I'm saying no. I'm just trying to say that they've
No, I
updated
no,
it a
I'm
bit.
with you. I'm just joking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm with you.
Bro, if I see any AI that does that, bro, I'll use it. So, from to me, right, what I'm trying to basically say is that
Yeah.
it's okay in my own understanding if you use AI to streamline or
Ah,
make some of your processes faster.
Ali, sorry. It's because I know why the audio was acting up. It's because I minimized the screen. So I won't minimize again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you were saying just
Okay.
now.
So I'm saying if I find things that will make the process faster, I think it
Yeah,
would be better for us to put it that way because that's one of the things I saw when I was doing that. Like I said, like my light research on Reddit. It's
yeah.
interesting to see that some of the people that I saw were using it just to make their workflow better, not just actually take over the whole work. like you said.
and
So
and
like
and pass bypass the developer.
yeah, exactly. So it's like that person, the developer. I don't know because right now
Ah,
like you said, there are so many AIs that can just develop apps for you. You don't need to like develop niche
exactly.
apps for you. You don't
But
need to
the
actually
problem with that is what happens when you have a bug. You know, every app will have a bug at some point. Like, oh, we're using Instagram now,
exactly.
something is
You go back
glitching. So what do you do then?
exactly. That's another thing because for you to be able to, obviously, I'm sure you'll go back to the AI to start saying this is happening. What do you do
Only
to
you,
fix it?
only
Maybe
you will
my
do
eh,
support, only you will do developer, only you will do designer, only you
you
do
see
marketer.
now. I don't know. That's funny. But yeah, I think that people are thinking that that's better, but I don't think so. However, to me, the better way of using the AI is, like I
Mm,
said, maximize your time. Because I think that just
good,
like you
yeah.
can cut out of the work like I said, if I do 20 interviews now, for example, and I use
Mm,
AI to get insights from them that like I'm not talking about ChatGPT like we said earlier on. We're talking about
research
specific AI.
focused.
Yeah, just those ones that actually focus on those things. I believe they
Mm,
work better for those kind of things, but we've not tried any, like we said. So if I use it to generate insights, and then I do
mm,
my design myself again, and then
mhm,
maybe during the design process, you use AI to generate. You know how you used to go to Unsplash, this is another way I saw people using AI. How you go to
mm.
Unsplash and try searching for images and you waste so much
You
time
can't
and you
find,
don't
yeah,
actually get what you want sometimes,
yeah.
and because that's one of the things that I used to like. I really didn't like when because I know that I have to
I
choose the
hated that
right
shit too.
picture. Yeah, because it takes so much time. You have to choose the right because if you don't choose the right picture or the right video, whatever I want to use, it's not you will still not
The
feel it when
right
you're
media, yeah,
yeah. So you have to choose the right thing. So but instead of doing that, now you can use AI to actually create what you actually want. I've seen someone that did it
yeah.
on a whole website and just this is what they wanted. Use AI what's that AI called? But just about for developing. Obviously, there's so many of them now for developing images and developing all those things. Use it and try
Wouldn't
to
it be very obvious that
develop.
it's AI though?
No, like the
You
one
know,
I
AI always
saw,
has its tail.
it was not
Yeah.
a picture. It's like abstract art, kind of. It's like art. They
Okay,
were
okay,
trying. You
okay,
know
okay.
how
That
you use
kind of
like
stuff. Okay, okay. Like
you know how you,
gradients, like all that
no, no,
stuff.
no, like art, like it could be like a bird, two birds sitting down somewhere, something like that. But it's not like real picture of them. It's like a
Yeah,
drawing in
yeah,
a
I
way.
get you.
It's like it's just
It's
people
like it's
like
maybe even
illustration. Thank you.
cartoonish.
Something like
Yeah.
almost like illustration. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. But I also think that you can do it for pictures or videos. There are AIs now that you wouldn't even know is a video or is an AI that generated it. So
Grok,
that's
I think Grok just launched one video generator too.
ah, let's not even talk about that group, please. That's where that's where
And the others like Sora and what's this one that makes animals talk? You've not seen that one? I forgot that one.
which one?
I think it's by Google. Like you can make an animal start speaking English or something.
No, I don't know. Is
Oh
this
yeah.
Sora?
No, it's not, I don't think it's Sora. I think it's Google's one. But
There's
yeah,
so
I'm
many
listening.
of
Yeah,
them now.
I
But
know,
yeah,
right?
so yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say, like, you can use it for to develop those things, or you can use it. You can use the one for colors to choose to know how your colors
To
work
look,
together
yeah,
and know what's a
that's a good
primary
one. I
color.
need that.
Sorry?
I said that's a good one. I need that.
Yeah, I saw one. I think it's Chrome something. But that one,
I know
I
Chroma now.
but that one, I don't think I like it a lot because when I put you can that this one I'm talking about it allows you to choose like up to 50 colors and then to just show different ways of using them. However,
I
I'm
see.
just giving an example. I was trying to do something where I choose like three colors. Let me see what to do with it. Because, but
Mm,
what I didn't like is that it doesn't let me choose. I don't think it's for this particular UX design exactly. Because I want
mm.
something that will let me choose what my primary color is and what my secondary color and all those things, and then mix it in a way that okay, this is
To
how
give
to
you a
use it
design
and make
system,
yeah, that'll make it really nice.
a color
So
system.
that's
Yeah.
what I think I'm sure there's one out there that does it, but I haven't really seen it. So
You need to give us the name. Oh, what's the name
which name?
of this thing that would define your color properties like for the product? if you give it
I'm
maybe the
saying that
brand colors or
I see
something.
that one I saw, right?
Yeah.
You can choose up to 50 colors, and then it will just show
Oh, that's
like
chroma. Okay, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
chroma. So I'm saying
Yeah.
that I don't really like that because
It's
um
still window shopping
it's like
vibes, yeah, like variant UI. Yeah.
yeah, it's random in a way.
I
Yeah,
used it
so
before AI too, and I felt the same way. Like I'll just be lost. Yeah, I'll
one
be
colors.
lost. Yeah. Also, it's not very. It feels more like
Yeah,
brand graphic design than product
design.
design. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm sure there'll be one out there where you can choose the primary color or secondary color, and then it will give you like a real. I know that there's one that I used to use that time. And what's it called? Oh my god, I always forget it. And that one was nice. Um, also always forget the name of this one. Basically, if you give it like a color, wherever, right?
yeah,
It will design some little things for you to show you how you can use it for your design. I'm sure
that's
you know it, but I
nice.
just can't remember the name of it. You know it seriously.
Maybe it's
So
coolers. No,
anyway,
it
something
couldn't be.
like that would help. So if you
Okay.
use things like that in your workflows, it makes
Mm.
things faster rather than just trying to cut out whole processes from your workflow
Of your
with
work,
AI.
as in, yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I
Okay,
think
I
basically.
like
But
this
obviously,
approach.
yeah, because obviously, I know that when you're working in a company and they want you to ship to design something and they just give you like a few days to do it. Obviously, people want to cut corners and try to design things that are
I
fast. So they
just
want to use.
also I also want to add that people need to understand, designers especially need to understand that most of these AI companies, they are pushing their bag knee, they're advertising so much. So when they are trying to say, oh, this just reduced 2 hours of work or 2 days of work into 30 minutes, it's all a lie. They're just trying to get you to subscribe. They're trying to get you to buy because they
We
have
are still cutting.
investors. And finally, to add to what Elsie said in terms of how to use it in your workflow, I would say give the AI your design philosophy. I've read it from different places. I didn't come up with this, but basically, instead of just typing in one app prompt like, oh, design an app that does really, really sit down with the prompt and communicate what you want your design to help users solve, from the philosophy of the app itself, like, oh, this is the problem I'm trying to solve, and like what you're passionate about solving with the app, to down to the design system, like you are passing in your design system to the AI. You're not just saying, oh, let's it look like Apple weather, or let's it look like what can we even say, maybe some, let it look like one app. Don't say it like that. Like, go down to the details, give it constraints, like give your AI constraints. Say, okay, we don't want, this is the color system we want, this is the secondary color X code, like down to that. That is how you actually work with AI, not just by giving it sentence prompts. So that's all I would say around that. Sure.
So I think from
Elsie,
what you
any
just
more
what
things?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
from what you just said, like basically you're saying that people should also learn prompt engineering now. Because that's what about writing
exactly.
basically how to write prompt. I don't know if it's prompt engineering is called anymore. I don't know if prompt engineering is all it's what it is, but basically about learning how to write prompts and all of that. But I think prompt engineering
You know
includes
what?
more than that.
Why don't we both work on a good prompt, like that anyone listening can take away, and like a template, something like that. Should we do like a design gist podcast AI design philosophy template that we can also push with this episode, so people can also see something useful to use in their AI workflows, so that we're not just talking, we're also giving them, work processes and
Solutions
tools,
or
frameworks.
options, yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can work on that before we edit this episode and post it, sha. But yeah. So, Elsie, are you ready?
Yes.
Another thing we've not worked on, Elsie, our
What?
survey. Our survey. I'm looking at you on the this thing. Our
What is
survey
that?
for the ad problem that we're working on, that we said we're going to send to our parents through WhatsApp, send to our friends, all that stuff. Do you
I
remember?
think we've not had that we had problems discussion we're supposed to
Conversation.
have. Yes, we were supposed to have it at one
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
Something came out. I can't remember what happened, but we didn't have
It's
it that
probably
day.
brand.
So we've
We
not
are very
oh
busy with
yeah,
brand
yeah.
work.
So we've
Yeah.
not had that anything about that thing again. So
Elsie,
I think
please
it's
let your background always be like this. This is the perfect background.
really
Like, it's, yeah, it's now I can see that you're in a space, not that you're just behind a wall or in front of a wall. I can see your writing materials. I think maybe it's the mirror that's showing you. I'm not sure. I can
No,
see
it's not the
your
mirror,
eater.
it's the laptop. You're
Oh,
seeing
okay.
this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
my
Yeah.
God. Okay. Should we do the final thing, which is the social media segments?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right.
We're still
I'm
thinking of
sorry. I should
what to,
have. Eh?
we're still thinking of a name for this segment, seriously.
I swear, social media segment sounds like all these
Yeah.
NTA shows.
We'll think of it. We'll do it. We said we'll do it last time. We forgot. We'll not do it now again. We're here.
No, we're
Whatever.
here. Don't worry. It will come.
It's
That's how
fine.
product thumbs up also stuck. We never really chose the
Yeah.
name. We just started
Yeah.
talking and then product. I can have a feeling you're not happy with the name product thumbs up though.
Oh, never thought of. Now it made me think
Do
of.
you hate it? Like, do you hate it?
No. The only
Okay,
thing I
okay.
had with
As
it
long as
was
you don't hate it. Mm.
I think the only thing I had with it and it's becoming more like I'm seeing the bigger picture now. For instance, from your
Yeah,
two thumbs up now, I'm seeing that
yeah.
okay, I've had a limited view of what product thumbs up was all about. Product thumbs up all
Mm,
about. Because what I'm saying is I was thinking it's just going to be
mm,
restrained on certain things, but I'm seeing that it's just all about design and how and which makes perfect sense. So I think that was my
mm.
own constraint to it before, because the way
Yeah.
your approach to it, I feel like I could have been able to be writing down things from maybe just from even scrolling on social media. There'll be things that you will see that will catch your attention and you go look into it and then it becomes part of it. So it's not just
No, I
about
think it's still design. Oh, like
I
it's
know,
not. It's
but
not okay. Okay. Yeah.
what I'm saying is that my mindset for it before was very limited.
Oh,
And you know, and
yeah.
emphasis is about design. That's what I said. But however,
Mm,
I was thinking about certain parts of it, not just like design.
mm,
I don't know if you understand what
mm.
I'm saying. Like
I
some of
get
it,
you. I get you. Like not
yeah,
limited to apps.
yes, exactly. So I was just limited
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
some like I was like, when do I have time to be reviewing apps all the time or looking at apps all the time? So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think from now it's not about like it's not about just apps, it's about design in general. That's what I'm trying to say now, and it's just yeah, okay,
It opens more.
yeah,
This thing. Okay. Okay, so hopefully social media segment to find its own name. But that word segment is just so like
yeah.
I don't know. Old
Oh, because
television vibes.
social gist. Oh, meet. Oh,
Social
social media.
gist. I don't know. It sounds like
It doesn't
social
make any sense.
studies.
So I want to say that our gist part of it can come into play, but whatever. We'll start to
Oh,
think
okay.
about it.
Yeah, gist seems like it has a function there. Okay, to go into it, there's only one. There's only
Okay,
one
please.
we can do because of time. Basically, this happened on Nigerian Twitter, by the way. Nigerian
This is
design
Nigerian
Twitter.
Twitter. That's so funny. Nigerian
Yeah,
Twitter.
Nigerian design Twitter. And it happened, I think, maybe a week ago. It's not been too long. So basically, I can't remember the origin of the tweet, but someone said that brand designers can do what product designers can do. And based on that, like, they were now trying to say they can replace product designers. Like that was the sentiment I was getting from that conversation. It turned into an argument on the timeline. So like the brand design guys like Dotun is a brand designer. I don't know if he even listens to us, but
Hmm.
they do graphic design, like they do
Yeah,
basically, just for people who don't
it's
know,
graphic
brand
design. Yeah,
work. Yeah, exactly. So, and I don't know if you've noticed, me, I've noticed it. I feel like brand design is more popular than product and UX these days. Like
yeah,
there's more demand for them these days because the world
yeah.
is shifting into marketing first, attention first, like all of that stuff.
I
It's not
think no matter
shifting,
the
has
business
already
you're going
shifted.
into, branding is very important to it. Like no matter what you're
Super,
doing.
super. Even if it's
So
just Instagram you are doing,
yeah,
you need a
anything you want
brand
to
to
do,
communicate.
branding is very
Yeah,
important. So yeah,
you need a brand. So the brand designers, apparently they were now trying to say that, oh, we can do what product designers can do. And then product designers now we're now, talking back that, no, what do you mean you can do what designers can do? Do you know how many other things we are thinking about? Can you design a dashboard? Can you create a design system? Can you work with constraints? All of that stuff. So I don't know. I thought it was just an interesting conversation to have, that, oh, why do brand designers suddenly think that they can do product design work? Is it because product design is shifting into a visual, like heavily visual this thing lately? Is that why? Okay, let me let you talk, shall let me, before I start ranting again. Sorry.
I think what I would have loved for you to do, I've done. I don't know if you have it. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Is maybe read out some
Yeah.
of those comments,
Oh,
or
yes,
maybe
definitely
if you
can.
can read out the main argument and then read out some of those comments, I think it would be nice. I also think, do you think it's possible for us, if do you think
Mm-hmm.
it's important for us to like put out like screenshots of those things that are really not on it? Do we need to cancel out people's name or just put out the screenshot? Do you think
No,
something
cancel which people's name. They're the ones that put their tweet in the wall. What's my business with them? That them the tweet. It's a public platform, and I'm not. It's not
yeah,
like I'm even shaming anyone. It's not
yeah, just trying
like
to have
it's
a
not
discussion
like a
around it.
fight.
So
It's
yeah,
just what?
so just trying to have a discussion around it. So it's not like it's something that we
Yeah,
just, yeah, we're trying to make sure that, yeah. So basically, I some of these things, like, let me just say, I'm the one that come across this kind
yeah,
of thing on social media. I probably will just scroll and pass. I'm so tired of unnecessary battles that people always have to have. Like
bro.
um, someone telling me that I can do your job, fine, then do it. Like I don't know the point. Maybe because I've not seen the whole, like the context of it or something. I don't really understand the point of the argument. Like, why are we arguing of who can take each person's job and who cannot take each person's job, when AI is taking all our jobs already?
They're big. My phone died. I can't. If I say I should go and look for all those tweets, I won't be able to find them right now. But you were saying, and I was rocking with you when you said it's better for them to just go and get the job and try to do it.
Yeah, I think I've said what I want to say. Like, I don't think there's any point in that argument. Like, I feel like people just want to like just create things just to have, maybe it's for the fun of it. I don't know. But because I don't understand what the argument is about. I can take your job, I can take your job. Then go take the
Can I
job.
can I try and explain what the context was?
Okay.
I don't because you're not on Twitter. I might be able to follow, but there's this, Child Deck. Child Deck is like Deliveroo in Lagos. How we have Uber Eats and Deliveroo. So there's this guy that, I mean, I don't know all of them. Like all of them are popular and established designers. They're great designers. Kudos to all of them. They have their like community. So he joined Child Deck as a visual designer, brand designer, and everyone has just been like, "Oh, he's so good!" Like even the things that he did not design, people are like attributing it to him because he has this following online, like he has this popularity and all. So everyone is like, "Oh, look at what he did."
Mm.
So me, I feel like, and I may be reaching here, but this is my own take on the issue. I have a feeling that because that is the kind of design that is easier to communicate to the masses. Let me say the masses and to newbies. Visual design work, brand design work, graphic design work. That's the easiest thing you can use to say, oh, this person is a designer. Nobody cares about the person that has to go through pages of interviews, pages of like transcripts to deduce insights, user insights, to understand, oh, this is why this is a use case that the product team should build, and why we should design this feature for this person. This is why, like, all those parts of design that is no visual, no one sees it because there's no simple way to communicate it on social media. As soon as you just see some colors like
Yeah.
yellow and blue and green, like, bro, like brown, this very shouty.
Yeah.
That's what people think design is. That's what they say. Oh,
Yeah.
this is a designer. That stuff. And even, sorry to say, even all the UI, not even only graphic designer, even all the UI designers now, no UI designers that, oh, they're obsessed with, like, oh, I designed this interaction flow that is so. That's what people think design is. But that interaction flow now that he spends maybe hours on doesn't really mean anything to whoever is going to use it. I'm sorry to say, to who is a UI designer that is listening, it really doesn't mean anything in a product team, especially product team of today. Nobody has time for all those things. It's about whether this thing meets the need, whether it's also something that we can spend money on. That's what design has become. So all those brand designers saying I can take your job, I think it's because of how we love to hype the things that are super colorful, super like, oh, this thing is so. That's what we love to hype. That's what we think design is all about. So I don't know. maybe there needs to be more education around what the designer needs to be. Hey, has something happened?
Yeah, we popped up and I didn't see what happened.
What popped up? Oh, like a banner. No, it's only you it shows work. I can't see it.
Ah, I wish I can see it.
Omo,
Let me see
the
what's going on.
editing for this
Sorry,
episode.
a moment. Let me see my stuff. Okay,
The editing for this
9%.
episode will be mad. Okay,
To be
that's
so
all I have to
crazy.
say, man. That's why I didn't want to rant that time, but that's all I have to say. That's all I have
Yeah,
to.
let's
People need
round
to
up now. Let's
understand what
let oh
design is.
Jesus.
Waiting
Let's
for.
round up so that we can.
I've rounded up. That's all I have to say. We need more education on what design is all about so that people will not start saying things on the internet like, oh, a brand designer can be a product designer. What are you talking about?
That's funny. I think that's really fun. Like they're having that argument. I think like I agree what you say. That it's just
Yeah.
not understanding what a job and what the whole job entails. I can also argue that I can take a brand designer's job because if you look at
Okay.
it, they're coming up with colors. They're coming up with um, is use of colors, use
Typography,
of how to design
layouts.
templates for things and all of that. So there are things that you can show, but again, I'm not going to make that argument because I only know the finished product. I don't know their whole process.
Process.
So
Yeah.
I don't think they're just going to sit down and be like, okay, this is the color. Okay, let me just come up. I think they'll have a process for it too. So that's just about. I think, like you said, people should like try to educate themselves on what the whole process is before design. But again, I'm not going to blame people for even thinking that because a lot of times,
Mm.
like you said, it's just UI that people see, it's UI that people push more because what's the whole it's just like in life, that's what it is about. If I decide today that I want to okay, let me say someone is hustling now,
Yeah.
they won't be showing that. Once they hit that million they want, that's all social media is going to see. So a lot of people don't see
Nobody.
that
Yeah.
process behind the scenes. A lot of people don't do that. Oh, look at how the struggle, the sleepless nights, they always having to. People don't see that. All they see now is, oh, this person is not a millionaire. This person is spending money doing. I want to say make money so I can spend it on this.
So I
You
can
know,
show you. Yeah. Sorry, I have a question for you because this argument now led me to one side of Twitter. This was not even Nigerian design Twitter again. This was not like the world design Twitter. So some people are now saying that we that we think, oh, we are UX designers, UX UI, and then there's brand designer, and then there's graphic designer, and then there's motion designer. That all that stuff is a lie. That we're just lying to ourselves. That a designer should be able to handle every single thing. What do you think about that?
because I want
Personally,
to,
me, I don't agree with it.
you want to kill me now.
I don't understand. Like you want to kill
How many
me?
hours in the days we have? So I'm not gonna design the brand.
Literally,
I'm gonna
like
brand.
you know what? And this is something I should have said earlier in the episode around why we did that history of design this thing. Apparently, they are saying that this is how all the designers in the 80s, in the 90s, that's what they used to be. Like they could
Let's
handle
let's
prints, they could handle everything.
let's even
That
say
we
it's
were
true.
now being
Let's even say
lazy.
it's true.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do. We're no longer in the 80s. This is now 2000s, please. People are even thinking of using AI to even shorten their work even
To
more.
shorten it
You
even
know what?
more.
You
I
know how to
swear,
give
please,
us
I
more
swear.
work.
It just wasn't you style. Like they want to underpay
Ah,
designers. That's why. I think that's
no,
that's what it will be. But I
exactly.
don't know. I'll still read into it because they
People
were
want
very
lots of
convicted
people want to do a lot of things without having to pay the
without
money
paying
for it.
them the
So
amount.
they
I
wanted to
swear.
use like that's how all this like for instance these design agencies. I think this kind of thing they will be doing. Don't
They
just
will
be doing
love
all the
it.
whole work and then you now be the one that do not have to have pay a lot of people doing. I think that's crazy. I think it's good how
I
we
think
have
that's exactly
different
what's happening. Yeah.
people doing different things. I think it's even better
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you're if you're working somewhere like Google, for instance, where you have someone like you said working on a feature, bro. That's kind of
Mm-hmm.
job that I don't want to
And then
stress
another
you.
person is focused on the insights, like
Exactly.
the usability testing, user interviews, understanding the
Uh-huh.
problem. Like that's his work now. It's already a
Yeah.
work on its own.
Want me to
Ah,
finish? You want to do
I
design? Do
guess
this
the
and do
issue
that.
is startup culture. Like all these people that they are two people in
Exactly.
the company, so they want you to be able to do 100 things
Everything.
at once and pay you less and pay you
Just what they
nonsense
do.
money.
Please, not me.
It is well, oh.
But
So
this is
yeah,
not the kind of. I did not go to school. I did not go to school pay that money just to not
guy,
be
you know how
paid
much you
nothing
pay for
for
school
what.
fees? For to now
The
be telling me, oh, I need to be a motion designer too.
mm-mm. Don't go hire me for designer.
Bro, you know how much we pay? We actually paid too much money. God,
Yeah,
it is
please.
well.
No.
So on Design this podcast, our verdict is that brand designers cannot do the work that product designers are doing. You are dreaming. You are just joking if you are
And product
saying that.
designers cannot do what brand designers
And
are doing. We're not
exactly,
everybody.
product designers can't
Everybody
do
do your
what
work,
brand designers are
please.
doing. Everyone lean into your strengths.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
don't.
Lean into your strengths and don't and start acting like, oh, because someone did not, because a UX designer did not design a brand design, a graphic design, means they are less of a designer. Please, I beg. I
And
think
it
your
has
phone don't
happened.
die.
Something has
Your
happened.
phone don't die. So thank you so much for listening to the Design This podcast. Thank you for listening to this episode. It was chaotic, so many things,
No,
but we made it to the end.
wow.
We'd love to hear how you are working with AI in your workflows. That would be so interesting to know. Please send us comments, send us messages, send us email. Wait, we start sending people our email or comments is better.
Yeah, let's start with comments first before
Yeah,
now.
comments. Okay. Send us comments. Let's know how you're using AI in your workflows. We really want to know. Also, we're going to send you our templates for how you can feed AI with your prompts. I'll see. Any more? Any
No, please.
farewell?
Pardon.
You're
Thank
tired.
you for listening, like Annie said. We'll see you in the next episode.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Yeah.